Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory here in this week where we see the Kansas City Chiefs come away with a 30-27 win in Carolina against a seemingly rejuvenated Panthers squad that has played better, but not quite enough today. We saw Patrick Mahomes play at a very high level in this football game, 27 and 37, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And all of this is despite being sacked 5 times. So his offensive line did him no favors, and he still goes out there, completely does what he has to do through the air. And also on their game winning drive, where they kicked the game winning field goal to win this game, he had a massive 33-yard rush to put the Chiefs in field goal range for their new kicker. Obviously with the injury to Butker, they had to get Spencer Schrader out there, and all he does is go 3 for 3 and kick the game-winning field goal here. So big moment for that young guy. So good moment there. But yeah, we saw Patrick Mahomes at a high level. We saw tight end Noah Gray, who's been a bit of, I don't really want to say breakout player because he hasn't fully broken out yet, but he's been a player that's sort of picked up the slack, to say. Um, there's been games where Travis Kelce hasn't been at his best, and Noah Gray comes out there and just does what he does. 4 catches for 66 yards and 2 of the 3 touchdowns, with the other touchdown going to DeAndre Hopkins. And I have to ask, after seeing Patrick Mahomes with his 3 touchdown performance, game-winning drive, where would you rank Patrick Mahomes amongst AFC quarterbacks?
I would honestly rank him right now. Currently, he's had in the NFL AFC quarterbacks that are starting a solid 3 behind Josh Allen and Joe Burrow statistically.
Ahead of Lamar.
Oh, and Lamar, yeah. So Mahomes is number 4 this season, stat wise.
That's a pretty fair take. I think that's a very reasonable take. I mean, you got Lamar leading the league in passing, Joe Burrow with the crazy touchdown to interception. Obviously, Josh Allen beat him head to head. I think that's fair. But yeah, so just a very interesting performance there for Kansas City. And Will, I'd like to ask
But
sincerely.
I will say, Tad, I mean, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, he honestly did not I don't know. I was gonna say something like he didn't score enough points to put away the Panthers enough, and therefore they come back. But
Yeah,
in all seriousness, Bryce Young, I just like how Bryce Young went out there and, given his situation and everything, went out there and went toe to toe with a guy like Patrick Mahomes.
certainly. Bryce Young was out there, very respectable, one of the better games of his career, I think you could argue.
Yeah, I mean, 21 to 35, a touchdown, no interceptions, 2 sacks. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard, 16 carries, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Tad, where would you rank Chuba Hubbard amongst running backs in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, looking at Chuba Hubbard, what he does, and obviously you got to take into the context of the team he's on and the situation he's in. He has 876 yards. That's fifth in the league. He's got the 7 touchdowns, top 10. Carries the ball decently enough, about 5 yards per carry. I mean, he is often overlooked because of the team he's on, but I mean, he's been a really productive running back for the majority of the year. I mean, he goes out there, he competes. I mean, these players that they haven't quit on this team. It feels like. I mean, they're a team that obviously that they are what they are. Like we know what Carolina is. They're not a team that's going to go very far, but they've still had some moments. Chuba Hubbard, he's scored 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games. I mean, he's out there and giving his all every week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just kind of, Patrick Mahomes, it's like every week, every year, or I mean every week, teams, circle this game they want to beat the Chiefs, so the Panthers probably, the most hype game on their schedule that they really want to win, and they almost do it. But yet, Patrick Mahomes, that's who he continues to be, the villain to many fan bases.
Yes, he's definitely taken on a villain role. I mean, which is going to happen when you win a lot. I mean, when you win, like people like they want to see you lose. I mean, we saw it happen with Tom Brady, and now it's a similar story with a guy like Mahomes. I mean, looking at the NBA, you've seen it with guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. I mean, you just see like the team that wins a lot, they
And I
take on.
mean, sometimes it's like teams come out here and play really good games against the Chiefs,
Sure.
but just it's almost just like I said, Patrick Mahomes takes on the Villan Role of I'm going to thwart your plans,
Yeah, I mean, they've
whatever you
won
had up
so
your
many
sleeve.
close games. I mean, just look at all the close games. I mean, they hardly have any wins by more than two scores. I mean, they've all of their games have been two-score games or closer. I mean, you beat the Saints by 13, you beat San Francisco by 10, and other than that, it's just one-score games. I mean, they've won a lot of
I
close.
mean, obviously, even me being a Broncos fan, it's like Bo Nix. But honestly,
Hmm.
Tad, I'm gonna go out there and say it. I honestly, truly believe Bo Nix outplayed Mahomes in that particular football game in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he played a
the
great
field
game.
goal got blocked.
I mean, it's a completely different narrative if they make the kick. And I mean, there's obviously there was nothing Knicks could have done in that situation to do it. I mean, it wasn't off of his foot, and I mean, he wasn't the one blocking the team. So yeah, I mean, Mahomes. I mean, there's value in finding ways to win games, but at some point, I mean, the Chiefs are going to have to be more consistent.
I mean, they'll get their contentions in the playoffs.
Sure,
They'll still have to earn their keep.
they will.
So, yep. Chiefs Panthers 30-27. Um, yeah. Next week, the Chiefs will go on to play the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, Tad, where would you rank that particular
Yeah,
rivalry?
the Chiefs and the Raiders rivalry. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting rivalry. I mean, we're going to have to see one of these two teams win this football game. I mean, either the Chiefs or the Raiders will come out with a win. I mean, or they could draw. It's potential that they could draw, but it's going to be a really interesting Black Friday football game exclusively on Amazon Prime. It should be a fun one.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, looking at what Carolina has upcoming, they will have a division rivalry game of their own when they host Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the 1st of December, 3 o'clock Central Time on Fox. So that'll be a division rivalry game. Tampa Bay, they're trying to do what they can to crawl back into contention, sneak up on Atlanta, but we'll see. And I do want to ask, where would you rank this division matchup amongst matchups in the NFL?
Amongst the NFC South rivalries in particular,
Sure.
obviously, like amongst the rivalries within that division, best one in that division is obviously Falcons Saints.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the next best one is probably Bucks Saints. Or
Probably.
Bucks Falcons, actually. Bucks Falcons, Falcons Saints, Bucks Falcons, and then probably Saints and Panthers, and then probably this would be right after it. Yeah, Bucks and Panthers. So fourth or fifth amongst NFC South rivalries.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one. See if Baker Mayfield can get on track and see if Bryce Young can continue his relatively high level of play. So thank you all for watching. The Kansas City Chiefs, they again come out victorious 30-27. And please continue to like, subscribe, and follow the Gridiron Glory throughout the 2024 NFL season and beyond. Thanks for watching.